Oh, so
You want to be a rude ass nigga? I'm be a rude ass bitch.
Right. Fuck it. So basically, what he pouring is.
Modern society is insane. How am I living through this? This didn't exist. This didn't exist in ancient Rome, guys. This didn't exist in ancient Rome.
So you want to be a rude ass nigga? I'm be a rude ass bitch.
Body count?
Oh,
Mind your business.
oh,
But it's
Mind your business.
under 10.
But it's under 10.
Under 7.
Under 7. Those numbers are the same, right? Same thing.
What? Yeah.
That is a window into the way women look at reality. Oh, those didn't count. That was just, a phase. That was just a phase of, You know how the Earth's history is defined into the different epochs, Cambrian and the Permian phases of Earth's history? These women segment parts of their lives and are like, oh no, that part was just the penetration phase. That doesn't count. And they just write it off as not mattering.
Yes.
Under
That's the reason why they get upset when Myron talks about describing their lives objectively. They never even think to do that.
7.
you said under 7.
And that might sound like an exaggeration, but I'm serious. They never think to do that.
But you know you got a little too much.
Yeah, that's
if you
a little
can't
too
remember off
much.
the dome, then you got a little too much.
That's more than a look.
That's more than enough.
Imagine trying to show this image right here to somebody, especially a woman living in the 1950s. Just this image right here.
You know how many girls I met? Sex with, baby? I feel like that's.
All right, we'll go one by one to make this simple. How much is too many bodies for you?
Oh my God.
For women.
Yeah, I'll say if you pass your fingers,
10.
even a little.
So 11 and above.
10 and up.
Yeah.
For you?
I'll say 25. If you counted more than your fingers, like
10 and above is too much for you. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
10. Too much.
10 is too much. What about you?
Yeah.
10 is too much?
Yeah, 10 is too much.
All right, and then you said you're under. You think 10 is too much as well?
I mean,
for a girl,
every girl's sex drive is different. I can't speak for
That's
them.
true.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
So,
That's true.
10 might be a little bit for
For her, and then a lot for her.
Yeah, so I ain't getting no more in there right now.
Clean. You ain't got no STDs. You ain't got no undetected STDs. Who's to tell you that you can't have
Don't
as many
forget to
bodies
slip
as
and
one?
slide, because you got some of them
Yeah.
that dry like
I hate
does
that. I hate that girls. Yeah,
cool,
and
come and collect
that's
it for them.
cultural. That's really accepted.
It's okay
All cultural, that men and women are different. I mean, it's really unacceptable.
for them, but you gotta think as a woman too. That's where the STDs are coming. It's okay you don't have sex with a lot of men, but because that man has sex with a lot of women,
You get fucked
that's
up.
where the pH balance gets thrown off and the STDs.
Oh my gosh. Our health problems are also the responsibility of men who are winning at life.
No,
But I think
it's up to you. Do
honestly-
you want to mess with me?
But I think honestly, the first date should be y'all going to Planned Parenthood together.
What you're seeing here is a de-evolution that women do when they're only in women's spaces and don't have any men to correct them. They started off by saying, all of them started off by saying, yeah, more than 10 bodies, that's too much. And in a matter of minutes, when the men didn't interrupt them and just let them continue talking, it got to, yeah, we don't need to adhere to any parameters. The most coherent thing any of these women have said was directly after a man asked them a question. And then just by letting them talk, they devolve into utter degeneracy and mental despair.
As a woman, you should know what it is, though. Like,
You
I
know what's going on with a man.
And then they're so indignant and self-righteous as if everything they're saying is logical and makes sense and must be true because they thought it and felt it in a moment. This is how women's brains operate.
If I get out, he coming to pick me up. Still getting fucked. What you talking about? Jail don't stop nothing.
Okay.
What you mean? In the jailhouse, the girls were trying to eat my pussy. So the fuck you talking about? Don't stop nothing.
That's scary.
What you mean? It is scary.
This is where we end up when women are left alone, uninterrupted, to verbalize their thoughts without male influence. This is where we got in less than 5 minutes, guys. This is where we got.
Scary.
Yeah, it is very scary. All right,
Very
so
scary.
I got a question for the ladies. What do you believe?
Notice the same thing is going to happen here again. Their answers are going to be the most coherent directly after the question or a clarifying statement or question from Myron, and then it's going to devolve.
If women look for in a man.
Finance, stability, quality time. If they could be themselves. Like, because some women, I ain't gonna lie.
Hold on. So you're saying women look for what?
It's so easy to predict what's going to happen. Her first 3 statements were coherent, again, directly after the question, and then it started to devolve into just be yourself. And then Myron asked another question.
Give me 3.
Finance,
Yeah.
stability,
Okay. What else?
and security.
There it is. Coherent reply to a masculine framework. You see the necessity of masculinity yet?
Loyalty.
What do you believe women look for in a man? Women looking for in a man. Go ahead.
Okay. From my point of view, loyalty,
Uh huh.
stability, both financially and mentally.
All right. The instability
Okay.
for you. What about you?
Finance.
It's so interesting to see these women who are essentially cosplaying as women due to how much society has destroyed them, how much feminism has wrecked them, and they still revert back to their evolutionary desires. It's eerie to see. They're wearing... Half the women at the table are wearing hair out of a box, bragging about how standards for how many partners they should have don't apply to them, and they still revert back to the evolutionary truths.
Fuck it, I'm gonna say me. I like finance, respect, and I like an equally yoked partner. Like, I could work out anything with you, equally yoked. Like, I need somebody that's on the same time as me, we on the same page. Yeah, you feel me? I don't mind. See, I'm the type of female, regardless, I'm gonna pay my bills regardless.
Hold on. You said equally yoked.
Equally yoked, yes. An equally yoked man. A guy that means a lot. A God-fearing man, that means a man that understands compromising, a man that understands his role and my role. That's what equally yoked.
Definitely.
It's a lot.
If I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like a lot of women always ask for honesty over loyalty, because I'd rather you be honest with me about what you're doing than say you're loyal and go, listen, I'm only 21, but I've been through a whole bunch of shit. At the end of the day, that makes me the woman who I am.
My man, if you respect me, you're gonna be loyal to me. I'm gonna make it happen. That's it.
Oh, she gonna make it happen. Oh, she gonna command him to make it happen.
What
You're
up?
gonna make the man
Least desirable on dating
be
apps.
loyal and respect you.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga, respect me.
It's on you. No, I ain't gonna be like, yeah, nigga, respect me. No, I'ma respect you as a man. I'ma treat you like a king. I deserve. I want the same thing.
Submissive.
But if you're not, I'm on what you want. What?
Oh, so
You wanna be a rude ass nigga?
I'm gonna be a rude
I'm a
ass
rude bitch. Fuck it.
So basically, what he pouring into
Modern society's insane. How am I living through this?
Cut.
This didn't exist. This didn't exist in ancient Rome, guys. This didn't exist in ancient Rome.
So
You wanna be a rude ass nigga?
I'm gonna be a rude
I'm a
ass
rude
bitch.
bitch.
Wondering, why is she single?
Let's play it.
I don't have any kids. I got a credit score of 803 exact. Recently pulled.
Oh my god, why don't men want my credit score of 803?
I have 2 paid off cars. I'm about to close on my first house this year in May. I'm not toxic at all. I got a big booty. I'm releasing an app on iOS and Android.
Oh, that's such a sexy app. Oh my god, so sexy.
I work hard as fuck. I'm
I have a feeling not making sandwiches, though.
not clingy, but I'll always make sure my partner feels appreciated. Okay, so I don't cook, but I can. I can learn. And it's not like I don't know how to cook, but I just don't cook as much as I should. I'm probably not as feminine as the average feminine female, but I wear heels, I dress up. I just feel like I have a very dominant personality. I'm 5'8" in my head, but 5'4" on paper. I've never actually lived with a partner before.
Waiting for her to say wait. Waiting for her to say wait.
I'm just trying to figure out, how am I not married with 5 kids running around? Like, what the fudge am I doing wrong?
What do you guys think is keeping her single?
Maybe she's
In your
too
opinion,
dominant.
we'll
I
go
was
one
just
by
about to say
one,
that,
so
yes.
that we'll go one by one. We can start here.
Okay, maybe she's too dominant. Sometimes
Wow. I wonder if that's going to be a common thing where they can all admit that masculine women are unattractive, because that would fly in the face of feminine doctrine. I have a feeling that if they admit that, they will revert back to sort of slandering masculinity, though. Let's see.
man like submissive female. Some men do like dominant females, but baby, you may be a little too dominant. Like, you're not the man in the relationship.
Just by the way she spoke in that video,
Next.
Your
I think the main thing to take away here is that you're saying that you got to be assertive. You said the reason why she's single is because she's assertive and too dominant, but you said that you got to know when to be dominant is what you're saying, and then
Yes,
you're saying
you
it's
need to know
appropriate
when
if your
to
man
be-
spends too much money.
I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even got an answer. I ain't even gonna hold you.
You don't know why she's single?
I
Okay.
don't know, because nowadays a
No, but
female can have the whole package, and
That's the answer in
you feel me?
itself.
You feel me?
Okay.
I have no idea why that woman could be single.
So you think she shouldn't be single then? Given all her accolades, like she should have a man, right? Because you don't even know why, so you're like...
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay, so she should have a guy. Okay. What about you? Why do you think she's single, that girl?
Well, I have a different take.
Sure.
Because I'm 32 and I have my girlfriends are 30, 31, and she's 31. So she's saying like she's independent and I think she's a whole package and she's really pretty. But sometimes men our age, I feel like millennials, they get really intimidated by that, and their ego is hurt. So when they
True, it's men's ego. That's the reason why we are unattractive when we do unattractive things. Men's ego, yeah.
see like a lot of independence and a lot of like put together, they are like, no, I want to help you and I want to like give you, because that's the
Provide.
yeah, that provide and everything. But I think she doesn't want that. She can take care of herself. And she said that, and she said that she could leave really fast, and she gives you 1, 2, and third time she leaves. Maybe she doesn't like really settle for less.
So it's the man's fault.
So you're saying besides
It's always a man's fault.
socioeconomic men, do you think if she looked in places where
wrong man.
men make more money, they'd be interested in that?
I mean,
That's a great question because the obvious answer is clearly no. As a matter of fact, the more accomplished and high status men become, the less likely they are to even speak to, look at, or engage with at all a woman that is that masculine and unfeminine.
probably, and she'll learn how to not run her mouth so much.
Probably, or yes or no? What do you think? I mean, if she met a guy that
Like, if
makes
she-
as much money as her or better, do you think they would be?
I feel like it would be easier. She'll learn a few things from just talking to that man or being around that man that, you know, he's financially stable. He got his own thing going on. So it's like both of them are in a position where I don't need you. So I don't have to settle for
What you're seeing here is really just the massive delta in what you get with engaging with reality objectively and coherently. When a man engages in objective truth, even say 5 to 10% more on average than a woman. It's more probably like 75% in today's day and age with feminism. But even with an on average slightly different level of adhering to objective reality, over years and years, you get a massive deviation in the graph of women's general knowledge and understanding of objective reality and men's understanding of objective reality. And this graph up here of men's objective understanding and knowledge of reality is enraging and triggering to women because as feminism has demonized masculinity, it's demonized the aspects of masculinity like trying to understand the world using logic and reason. And so when they see men up here from this graph down here, and they see how developed and knowledgeable men are, the grasp of objective reality that they wield, they're triggered that there is an objective reality. They're triggered that they're held accountable when they're inevitably wrong because they're always going to be more incorrect than men as they've spent less time studying reality. And then they're reminded that their entire mode of operation is less effective at grasping the world that would hypothetically allow them to replace their femininity with masculine tendencies like feminism tells women to do. And so what the conclusion of that, of course, at the end, is that their natural femininity is what they should be inhabiting because that's what they're good at. But for a woman to inhabit her natural femininity, she can't demonize masculinity because masculinity is the only remaining apparatus for her to exist in reality in a non-chaotic and destructive way. Even most of what I just said, because it was coherent, will be beyond the capability of many women. They might be able to grasp it if they listen to it 5 times or 6, 7, 8 times. But this is a serious problem. The fact that men are able to grasp reality and are grasping reality at much greater expedited rates given the current degeneracy, and women are epically failing. You see this also manifested in the graph showing that men are becoming more conservative and women are becoming more liberal out of high school at record high deviations. The political aspects aren't that relevant. What's relevant is that rejecting leftism, not voting for the left, not voting for a man with dementia, is acknowledging objective aspects to reality that are immutable, whereas women just demonize that. And so you get situations where they embarrass themselves on podcasts for tens of thousands to see, and it repeats that cycle of resentment that women have when they see how ill-equipped they are in comparison to men who care about reality. Subscribe to the channel, guys.